Come on, you know what this is. We're still in New Orleans. What's up? I'm Isaac.
I got hit in the face by a stripper.
And I'm Nick. I'm like a fat girl in 7th grade at 7 a.m.
Welcome to the Bargoyles,
where we break down restaurants, bars,
and the chaos of stand-up comedy.
From bad Yelp reviews
to heckler horror stories,
we've got the inside scoop
and the laughs.
Yeah, I think I know from that podcast, Bargoyles Podcast.
I was gonna say I love you guys. You guys are amazing. Shout out.
Who needs therapy when you got the Bargoyles? Way, everybody, welcome back to the Bargoyles. This is episode 152. We are here in New Orleans. We are in, what is it, the Big Easy at Tales of the Cocktail 2025. Oh, Lord. Nope. It is your boy, Corporate Nick. We are in here with some special guests. But first, let me introduce our host with the most. Who we got over there playing with his tongue?
Most is a word. It's not a word I would ever use to describe what I'm going, unless it's like most worst. Then yes, we're doing that. No, that was some fuzz on my. What do you call this?
A water bottle.
Water bottle. Okay. Some people say canteen, and I'm like, I don't feel like saying canteen. It's not the 1800s.
Yeah, canteen to me is the round one.
Yeah,
it has maybe have like a leather case. Mm-hmm. It's always empty when you're in a desert.
Those are all
old
one drop. Yeah, strapped to a camel.
Yep.
Those are all the old world terms. I want to talk the new world. I want to talk robots. I want to talk drinking with robots. Mm-hmm. And here we have, you may recognize from the last episode, we got my man, Mr. Nester over here, but you brought someone else this time. Who's this?
So this is my wonderful co-host, Ingrid Folkers. I'm going to sing some of her praises real quick.
Popers?
Yeah, there we go. So a little bit about me. I am not behind the bar. Mm-hmm. I think I bring the robot side of the world to drinking with robots. But Ingrid brings the behind the bar knowledge. World-class top 30. Let's see. Women in whiskey.
Bourbon women.
Bourbon women. So sorry.
It's okay.
You are a bourbon steward.
Bourbon women makes better than, bourbon women whiskey.
Bourbon steward. I've drank for a long time. Mm-hmm. I've drank in some nice places. I've known some wonderful bartenders. But Ingrid is, when I was going into season 2, I was like, I really want to have a co-host.
Expert.
Yeah, and I want somebody that's really good. And being that she's the only one to be undefeated in 4 matches against the AI.
Wow.
I thought.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
That's my co-host.
Here's the thing: is you got to earn the title. Someone just can't hand that to you. So what do you mean she won and beat the role? I don't understand that concept. For the regulars at home, could you paint that product a little bit?
Yeah. So a little bit about what drinking with robots is. So I have a day job that I'm a software engineer, so nerd by trade. Mm. But I really enjoyed
not by passion.
A little bit.
Just nerd then.
So I really enjoyed cocktails. Still do, but enjoy cocktails and trying to figure out some things to do with AI as it started to emerge on the scene. And I was laying in bed one night and I was just kind of playing around with it. I was like, hey, give me a recipe for a cocktail that Thomas Jefferson might have served Benjamin Franklin after the signing of the Declaration of Independence.
Oh, okay. All right.
That was period correct.
Yes.
And ChatGPT not only came back with something that would have been a period correct style.
Okay.
Used period correct ingredients. Mm-hmm. And by God, it named it. And I was like, you got me.
That's
you got
wild.
me.
Oh,
and
wow.
so I was,
okay.
I was talking to my wife. I was like, this is pretty cool. And then she was like, you know, you've been looking for something to do in this world. Mm-hmm. You should consider making this a podcast. And I was like, okay, but how do I do this? Because I don't want it to just be a podcast where I'm saying, ChatGPT, bring me a farting panda, you know, that kind of thing.
Like and subscribe. ChatGPT did the thing.
Right, yeah, you know, it's the last thing I wanted to do. And I've always loved the idea of competition, but now my view when it comes to bartenders is I don't really like seeing bartenders compete against bartenders. And the reason is because it's always a completely manufactured situation that's nothing that a bartender is actually going to do. It doesn't capture anything that really shows you how amazing this bartender is. You've got to use this
flavor profile is so subjective. Like one guest, one judge, that's the split difference between someone's hurt ego for the next year.
Absolutely. Yeah. And it also is, you know, oftentimes there's, you know, kind of the constraints of, well, this is sponsored by brand X and you have to use brand X.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And so the more I thought about it, I was like, well, okay, what if we have, you know, the bartender versus the AI and they both give me a cocktail spec, and I'm the idiot behind the bar that has to make it. So that's another thing. How well can you describe the cocktail that you're wanting me to produce?
Okay.
So that I can make it blind for a judge. And so that's what we do. We start with some topic.
Okay.
And our topics are varied. I mean, we've done episodes on the history of Dungeons and Dragons, the fall of the Berlin Wall,
Okay.
the International Workers
November 7th,
Movement,
1989.
Mr. Rogers.
Yeah.
We're all over
9th.
the place.
Yeah.
And so the start of every episode, we sit down, we give you kind of some context, some background, and then we'll sit down and come up with a cocktail creation prompt. That goes out to the bartender and AI. They both give us that spec. And we do put a couple of qualifications on it just because we are based in a control state.
Yes.
Which means I can't buy everything.
Of course, yes.
So we're like, hey, it needs to be available in our state. And
No
because
Malort.
We've used Malort.
That was such a fun episode too. It was before I was on, but that dive bar episode you did was so entertaining.
Check out the Malort episode, Dive Bar episode.
I will say, and the judge hated it because
Well, yeah.
not only do we have one cocktail with Malort, we have two.
It wasn't even a Malort themed episode. It was a dive bar themed episode, and both the AI and the human bartender decided to use
They
Malort.
dug into it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Love that. Too much wormwood, but
Well, yeah. And so then we, so we make the cocktails. The judge gives us a score based on an established rubric. So we make sure it's consistent. And then we bring the bartender in if they're local, or we do a remote interview. And we talk about them, we talk about the topic, and then we break down that cocktail, from both of them, and we reveal the scores in real time. So they find out whether they won or lost in the moment.
Wow. In the moment on the show. Does the judge know who's AI and who's...
No.
Okay. I love
No.
that aspect of it as well. Very cool.
And that's an integral part because I never wanted there to be a bias. Either like, oh, I feel bad. And there's
Fucking hate Terminator. I'm going to always go for the... Yeah.
Well, and especially in season 1, I leveraged a lot of existing relationships with bartenders that I knew, and so we didn't want it to be like, oh, I really know them, and I hate that they're gonna lose,
Yeah.
So
Sorry, Tiffany. Get your shit together. No, that's good. So you're a 4-time champion.
Yeah. So I was on the podcast when Rob was doing it by himself, and I won my episode. It was Bastille Day
It was.
themed episode.
Oh, July
So-
4th? 7th?
Feb-
First
There you
week of
go.
July.
yeah,
There you go.
something.
Yes.
Yep.
I think it's actually the 14th, but anyway.
14th.
There it is.
See, 4
There it
and
is.
7. 7 times 2. Got it. Done. Nailed it. There was a 4 in there. It was 1 4.
Yeah, I beat the AI on that episode by 1 point. It was a near victory, but a W's a W.
A win is a win.
Is a victory.
A win is a
win.
Yeah.
And then for the end of season 1, he did a wrap-up party. How would you describe it?
So we did a drinks invitational, and I was trying to figure out, because once again, I hate the idea of bartender versus bartender. And so I actually, I conferred with AI to be like, help me structure this so that we don't, pit bartender against bartender. So I brought back 7 out of 14 guests from season 1. And basically the idea is we were going to have the AI set the bar. You had to score higher than the AI to go on to the next round. And I thought, okay, we'll eliminate 2 or 3 the first round, 2 the second round, and then we'll have the last round. Should be simple, right? No problem. This is going to be easy.
Should be.
Should be, yeah.
2 humans survived round 1.
That was for dramatic pause. What?
Yeah. And it was kind of hilarious that
AI came correct.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And it was Ingrid and one other individual, and that second round, Ingrid won, and we were like, well, let's see if she can, win that last
Run it
round
back.
just to
Yeah.
make sure. And not only did she win, she won by a larger margin.
Oh, nice.
In that last round.
Okay.
I mean, I have to say, and not to fangirl over my own co-host, but Ingrid amazes me with her approach to cocktails and how thoughtful she is in the way that she forms cocktails. And so it wasn't really a surprise to me, but I was so impressed. And like you said, that was kind of that moment where I was like,
I've been looking
she's
for...
pretty awesome.
She's pretty
I wonder
awesome.
how much she likes this show. So, and actually, it was a year ago at Tales that I had talked to a friend of mine, Greg Benson from the Speakeasy podcast. If you guys are familiar with that. And I was like, yeah, I really want to do something, but I don't want to just be a space where it's me and some other old white guy talking about, cocktails.
Back in my day, we just made drinks. Now you use AI.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
And I talked to him a little bit. We talked about, folks that might be a really great fit. And I was like, well, there's Ingrid. And he was like, yes. So, I was like, yeah, you're right. And so I ran into you at a activation, and I was like, hey, so you don't have to give me an answer right now, but maybe think about this. And her response was, talk to me after Tales. I may be drunk right now.
Maybe, possibly, quite possibly.
I love your honesty, because that's just realism, not even honesty.
I can't make any commitments right now.
I might be drunk. I'm at Tails. Put it on t-shirt.
Checks out.
That's what I told my entire staff. I was like, you can call me, but
I'm at Tails.
I'm gonna
What are we doing?
I'm gonna be at Tails.
That's what told my staff the same thing. Was like, I'm not putting an away message because I'm the GM. Y'all gonna need me, but you're probably not gonna get anything good out of me.
Right.
Either I'm drunk or sleepy. It's just not. You're not gonna get much out of me.
So talk to me a little bit about that after the come down from Tails. 2024 had happened. You were like, all right, cool. What were those first kind of steps and ideas for you to consider? Like, you know what? I actually really want to do this.
Well, I love the concept so much, and the way that Rob has structured the prompts was really enticing as well. One of my favorites was at the Drinks Invitational, the Biggie Smalls prompt that you did, which was iconic.
Yeah, so it was one of the things that I've learned with kind of doing a couple seasons now is the more open-ended you make it, the better the result. If you say give me an old fashioned recipe, it's going to give you the most boring ass old fashioned recipe ever. But you can go with stuff like I'd like for you to craft a cocktail that embodies the feeling that Christopher Wallace would have felt the first time someone called him Big Papi. And holy shit, if people didn't come correct on that, let alone the AI.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. What the heck? That is such a fun way to approach cocktails, because I see some of the competitions where they always just pick a season, a feeling, and it is as creative as that is. Once you start getting to the creative cocktail space, sometimes that's not enough. And the watching an idea between a human versus computer take the same prompt and compete is such a cool idea.
Now, I will say, I do have to say, all rights. I have to hat tip to Greg Ewan at Auntie Betty's in Raleigh, North Carolina for that prompt, because that's not an original me, that's an original him.
Okay, shout out. So what I want to ask is, I've been doing a little bit more travel. We like taking the podcast on the road. How would somebody, if they're not in North Carolina, correct? Where are you guys based out of?
Raleigh, North Carolina.
Raleigh, North Carolina. If there's a bartender who happens to be in town in Raleigh, this is a Tales where we meet people who just happen to come in town, do guest spots. How would they get in contact with you to maybe potentially compete against your AI?
Absolutely. You can find us on Instagram at Drinking with Robots. Visit drinkingwithrobots.com. We are always looking for folks who want to, show what they have to offer. On the website, there's a quick little button to hey, you want to compete, and fills out a little form.
Oh, okay.
Gets back to us. We'll follow up with you. I think there's actually a link in. Yeah. So on the Instagram profile, there's the quick links
in the bio.
Link in bio. Click the link in bio, and it'll get you to similar information.
I will say you don't have to be in Raleigh to compete.
Absolutely.
We do remote competitions as well. So
Gotcha.
They send in the spec. We make it for the judge blind anyway, so that's done. That can be done all remotely, and then the interview can
Very
be done
cool.
remotely as well.
And you're the one who's making the AI.
Yeah,
AI cocktail, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
there can be some human error to this AI.
Well-
I've met the guy for about 2 hours now, and there could be some error. I don't know.
Well, so here's what I will say is I don't sweeten the recipe at all.
Yeah,
if you tell me do X, I do X. If you tell me do Y, I do Y. And sometimes this points out fatal flaws with the way that people communicate. And there have been situations, especially in season 1, where someone gave me a recipe and I was like, cool, this is what I'm going to do. And they're
Doing
like, yeah,
exactly
absolutely.
This.
And,
exactly this.
Yeah. And then it comes back around. They're like, oh, I meant this and I wrote it wrong. And I'm like, communication's important.
Hey,
Very important, yeah.
proofread.
I'm sorry, the AI talked to me better than you did.
It whispered sweet nothings, and I liked it.
This is Spanish sweets. Oh man, that is super cool. As a podcast, we use AI a bunch when we're like formulating segments and prompts for guests and whatnot. It's very cool to see the utilization of that because I think, especially here in New Orleans, it's such a traditional town where a lot of the cocktails got its original origins. And you'll go to a bar and we'll try the Hurricane, invented here in the city. I'm like, there are so many ways we could play this up. And you taste some cocktails, you're like, I understand why this was very popular 100 years ago. I get that. But as tastes evolve, as humans evolve, so does the way we should be going about cocktails. I love what you guys are doing. What do you think is kind of the future of drinking with robots?
So I think one of the things we've talked about a lot for season 3 is moving out of the audio only realm. First of all, transitioning into a audio video podcast. I think that's something I'm going to apologize to everybody who will have to see my face. But
face for radio. I was
going to say I definitely have a face for radio. But there's that. There's some other really interesting projects that we're starting to talk about that I think are going to start to materialize at the end of season 3.
Okay.
I don't want to say too much about it right now, but you may be able to see us in more mediums, so that could be fun.
Cool. Sounds like a Netflix deal. I know what he's saying. I know what's going on. I know the talk here. I know the talk. I know because we got denied. Sucks. It sucks. That's not great. That's not fun. That is very cool. I love what you guys are doing. I have so many bartenders I stopped bartending about a year ago, and now when I go to bars, I'm like, hey, if it's slow enough, I want to play a game. I want to be like, hey, that bottle, that bitters, just do something and have fun with that. And it's tough because I feel like I'm being a nuisance where I'm like, hey, I know you're working. So listening to your guys' show would be very cool to like just kind of get those ideas. I'm so excited to see the future for you guys. I do a lot of comedy, and so like I do a lot of traveling. I want to like come to Raleigh. I want to check out an episode. My bartending skills are not there, but I would love to come check it out.
Hey, you let us know. We would love to have you on for an episode.
Very cool, man. This is so cool. Nick, do you want to play a little bar enemy, bar friend? How are you feeling? How are we? I know we're solid on time. We're at 17.
Solid on time. Mm-hmm. So I want to say yes, but we don't work in bars, right? Do you work in a bar?
Oh yeah.
You do?
Did you not hear the resume, man? Top 30 women in bourbon.
No, I knew the resume, but I didn't know if it's current. No, then let's play.
Okay. So what we're going to play here is one of our favorite games. We like playing Bar Enemy, Bar Friend, where we like to run you through the gauntlet of questions, the litany of lists. It is everything we have that we differentiate what is a bar friend and a bar enemy. Now, here's the thing is, bar enemy doesn't mean you're a terrible human being. You just may not be the person I want to go brunch with. You may not be the person I want to go on a 48 bender with. You may just be, hey, not that great. Hey, I need a bar friend. Rob, I've had a rough week. You want to go get a drink?
Let's do it.
That's a bar friend. Now, sometimes you don't want to call that person because they're not with that. We're going to run through the list here, determine whether or not we find our friends here to be bar friends or bar enemies. It is open to the both of you because here's the thing. You don't have to work in a bar to be a bar friend or a bar enemy as well. So there are guest-style questions here. But I want to ask Ingrid, what cocktail trend do you think should probably go away right now? It's way too popular for its weight.
I mean, the espresso martini needs to just be over and done with. And so many people, the purists for it has to be fresh pulled espresso to be an espresso martini.
I'm sorry that we just don't have that at my bar.
Cold brew. Yeah. Cold brew concentrate works just as good.
The
and
Colombo.
It's accessible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Any cocktail trends for you right now, or are they just kind of like, what are we doing?
I'm going to have to echo Ingrid on this. It was great. Phenomenal, wake me up, fuck me up, great. But let's move on.
We had a comment on the Instagram page that someone talked about. We had discussed that the conspiracy theory that Red Bull is behind the resurgence of the espresso martini because they want to reintroduce caffeine into cocktails. And they were like, we had our moment of vodka Red Bulls. Then everyone's like, no more vodka Red Bulls. And like, we need caffeine back in the game. So the conspiracy is that they funded it.
Okay, I will say this, just so I can offer a different one. Maximalist Bloody Marys.
Maximalist Bloody Marys.
Need to go.
Okay.
I'm done.
Okay.
Came here for a drink, not a
You
meal.
heard it first. You heard it first.
Are those the ones that have all the crazy
It's
like a whole
garnishes, a
Yeah.
burger,
Yeah.
pizza?
Yeah.
I came in-
yes,
yeah.
those
Okay,
ones.
I came,
a king crab leg that made it now $120. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, I've always hated that when I saw it.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing?
Okay.
Yeah, so what do you think is an ingredient that bartenders only use to impress other bartenders?
I mean, the way Rob looked at you, it sounds like you got fire.
Chartreuse.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
Checks
Yeah.
out.
Last
No.
word, baby.
That's a good-
Yay,
yeah.
shout out. That's so funny. Chartreuse is one of those. It's one of those so I was always a nightclub guy and a dive bar guy. So when I go to these fancy bars and I see my friends there who, use mixology, I'm like, yo, look at the chartreuse. And I felt the eye roll just like a week ago. And I was like, is that not cool? Are we not like chartreuse? What? What's going on? I thought I was being cool by pointing out. Nope, I'm not cool by pointing out, but I'm an idiot now. So thank you for validating. I've had this thought in my head for like 2 weeks now. It was at a bar in Front Royal. I was like, they looked at me funny when I said chartreuse. Why did they do that? Why did they do that? Okay, thank you. My nightmare just came true. All right, primo cool.
For a new drink, Isaac.
anything
Time for a
you?
new drink.
honestly, I'm going to say, don't give me anything that has anything foil, like gold leaf.
Foil.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen that in a long time, but yeah, when like Goldschlager or
Yeah,
whatever
that's
was.
always, like, I feel like that's the thing. It's like, we're just doing this to, like,
Yeah.
it's not bringing
Edible
anything.
glitter.
Yeah, God.
No.
It is funny because Goldschlager is like the precipice of what's kind of really started that, but that was before the social media TikTok age, where like if we never had Goldschlager and they introduced it as a product now, I feel like people would go, look, oh my God, look, it's glowy, it's glittery, and then after a year they're like, it's also Fireball. Like,
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
It's just fancy Fireball.
It got popular because of Superbad, though, correct? Because he went to go get Goldschlick
Goldschlick,
vodka,
yes.
but it was literally Goldschlager. It was with the things. I think
Yeah.
that's when it was like,
Well, we heard that's how he was going to lose his virginity, so we're like, well, if that's what we got to do,
we got to do this.
gold to make her pants. I go, let's go. Let's get some gold, whatever. Okay. No, that's absolutely awful. My next question here is, what is the biggest red flag of a drink order?
I think we touched on it earlier. It's vodka Red Bull.
Vodka Red Bulls? Okay.
That is like a major red flag.
Shout out Frankie, you're an idiot. We told you, stop it.
Frankie the worst.
yes. Okay, I'm down. I get
Yeah,
that. And
100%.
what do you got, Rob?
Light ice.
Light
ice.
ice.
Jesus.
Oh, the landmine.
No one's answered it that way, and that's probably the number one answer. That's
Yeah.
got to be the number
Wow,
one
if
answer.
we had to do a Mount Rushmore answers, that for us here at the Bargoyles,
Yeah.
Bargoyles stamp, Bargoyles approved, light ice. Just, it doesn't mean more alcohol. What are we doing? What?
Tell me you have no idea what's going on in a cocktail without telling me.
Right.
You have
So-
no idea what's going
Yeah.
on in a cocktail.
So do you remember we would get a couple people at our old bar that would always order, I want a Long Island, but I don't want any mixer. And then you tell them and you're like, hey, then it's going to be, and they're like, no, I don't want it. And then you watch them for literally 4 to 5 hours just sit on the same drink because they're afraid to ask.
I
what
was very
they need.
specific.
Yeah.
They made
Dug
exactly
this
it.
hole and we must stand.
Yeah, and they have to, yeah.
Yeah, it's awful because that was, my ex used to do, Irish trash cans. So it's Long Island base, vodka, rum, gin, sour mix, or vodka, rum, gin, triple sec, tequila, all in the glass like you're making a Long Island. And then you put blue, curacao, and melon, and then you take a Red Bull can and put it upside down.
Yeah.
So toxic that we took out the Red Bull can and put White Claw instead. So I was like, this is it. Like, it's 10 a.m. The football game hasn't even started yet. And we're done. Okay, gotcha. Very cool. That's too much in a glass. It's
That's a lot going on.
There's no mixer in that one.
Gross with that
Yeah.
going on.
Yes. When a guest comes to you and says, "Surprise me," what is the first thing that kind of comes to your mind as somebody behind the bar?
That is the start of a conversation.
Yes.
So, somebody says, surprise me. I always ask if they have a preference on spirit because some people are like, surprise me, but only with tequila. It's like, okay.
Surprise me. Here's the drink. Is this gin? I hate gin.
Right?
Surprise.
Surprise.
I also ask about allergens or just like, hey, any flavors you just absolutely hate? Because some people are like, oh, I'm not allergic to grapefruit, but I hate it, you know?
Yeah. You should mention that. You should mention that. Yeah.
I was like, and then I ask for what vibe. What vibe are we feeling? Are we feeling like patio crusher, or are we feeling something stirred down, kind of on the boozier side? And then from there, I just make something. I don't know.
Very cool. And so, as someone who's on the other side of the bar, do you ever ask the surprise me, have them make their best cocktail, or are you strictly you stick to the list?
No, so it depends. You walk into a place, if it's if it's a Friday or Saturday night, I'm not asking anybody to surprise me.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you do that, if you walk into a bar and it's busy and you finally get to the front and you go, surprise me, you're an asshole. Sorry. That's just what it is.
Surprise, it's a can of beer.
Yeah, really. Shot of
what you
Malort.
get.
That's what you deserve.
Shot of Malort and a PBR.
Yeah.
There you go.
But honestly, one of my favorite things to do, if the bar has the vibe, I love looking at the back bar and go, pick something you don't normally work with and make me something with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because then it's, I haven't touched that bottle of X in 3 months, and let's see what we can do. But at the same time, not every bartender's up for that, so you got to kind of fill it out.
Yeah.
Like it's never going to be my first drink order in a bar. I'll order off the menu first drink. If I have a chance to talk to the bartender and kind of
Get a feel of the vibe
them
and the
out,
situation.
Yeah.
then absolutely, I will. Next one be like, grab something you don't normally work with that you think would be cool, and let's go.
Okay. What would for you be the most embarrassing thing you either witnessed or have been part of while out at a bar? I got some bad ones. Don't worry, you're never gonna top me. It's fine.
I've got a number of years on you, and I have stories that I can't tell in certain
I'm
states.
disgusting nightclubs.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah.
Shout out DC. It's a terrible city. I love it.
I'll let you take this one.
I've just watched so many women throw up in their own purse and act like it didn't happen.
I mean,
That's not a solo
the
event.
bravado, though. Like,
Yeah.
it's just,
It was just like, I'm like, I saw that.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah, and they just, all right, see ya.
It's like, okay.
It's literally, and I don't like this comic. I'm actually going to just bleep his name. The comic, he's got that bit where he talks about women at the bars and when they go to throw up, like, oh yeah, we should go get and shots and we're all going to go back home. But if a guy, the moment, yeah, we should, I gotta go, I'm gone. We check ourselves out of the situation and we are
We go
gone.
home.
Or we'll just do that in the person, like, anyways. What are we doing after this? Like mouthwash. Should we? And that's why God invented Rumplemints. So that tracks.
Yep.
That tracks. No, that's absolutely awful. Let's get like 2 more questions in here. So in Virginia, we have liquor stores you have to go to, what we call the ABC store. Are you guys a liquor store?
Yeah, we're
place?
control
We
state
have the
as well.
ABC.
Yeah.
Controls.
in North
Okay,
Carolina.
that's the term. Control
Yeah.
state. Gotcha. Did not know that. When you are going to the liquor store in your controlled state, are you a person who kind of pulls up to the curb, hops out, grabs your stuff, or are you one of those who goes and parks and then gets out and does that?
I peruse the liquor store every time I go in. So every time I go in, I'm going down every aisle and just seeing like, do they have anything new or anything that catches my eye? But most of the time, I'm fairly quick. I know what I'm there for, but I'm gonna look at everything.
Yeah. So, but I'm saying the car situation. Are you just pulled up to the curb, or are you parking in the parking lot?
Oh, I park in the parking lot.
Parking lot. Okay.
They won't let you pull up to the curb.
I don't think they do that in North Carolina.
Yeah.
Oh no, they shouldn't let you do it anywhere.
You just roll in.
Yeah.
Are you
you
like?
guys have brew-throughs, don't you?
No.
No. Okay. I wasn't sure.
No, we just have we've
a
dealt
litany
with.
of people.
There's a litany of slimy slime balls who like to just pull up in front of the liquor store, which is always in a shopping center, at the fire lane.
Oh, that's
get
what you're
out,
saying.
and then go. I know what I'm getting, so blah blah blah. And then they walk in like they've never been there before, and their
Yeah, so
car.
it's
I didn't understand the question because that's
That's
not
why I was
a
like,
thing.
the parking. I wanted to know the parking
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, because in North Carolina, I think that they actually have to be either freestanding
Oh, okay.
or I know of 2 that I can think of that are integrated into a series of buildings, but I think they were grandfathered into like the downtown districts of them.
I don't know because there's one in a Harris Teeter like behind. It's not freestanding. I can't remember which one.
Yeah.
And then the Cameron Village ABC is.
Well, that's what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Like it's integrated,
Maybe.
but I think it's because of the location.
Maybe.
Yeah. But yeah, so generally you can't just roll up on the curb. Yeah.
That's good.
They're
That's
pretty
good
strict
behavior.
in North Carolina about their liquor laws
Yeah.
and
Oh,
Virginia,
no, we're the same.
we're
We're
very
Virginia.
strict,
It's
yeah.
Virginia's
Very
ABC.
strict, yeah.
They don't play around.
No.
They don't play around at all.
We'll wrap it here with this question here. What is the dumbest flex or play you've seen someone try to do at a bar, or either actually like a bad pickup line, something along those lines? The worst one you've seen. Yeah, I know you've seen some. What do you got?
So back when I was in college, my dear friend Sarah, I love her. She's
Shout out Sarah,
one of the best people in the world. But
but
no. She was unfortunately, she was the person that this was done to. We were out one night, and this guy approaches her. Which, I mean, Sarah, wonderfully just beautiful woman. I was not surprised that like the guy approached her. But he spent all of like 3 minutes maybe trying to chat her up, and goes, "You have the most beautiful green eyes." Mm-hmm. She goes, "My eyes are blue."
I'm also
proceeded
colorblind.
to then try to convince her that she was wrong.
You can't see your own eyes.
And I was about half the bar away from her as this started, and I just leaned and watched.
As he green-eyed gaslighted her.
And she has no problem shutting someone down.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And so she gave him about enough rope and then let him hang himself on it. And it was just it was a masterclass.
Love that.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, men in a bar will just stick to their guns. Like, no. I said what I said, and I'm right. You're wrong. Let me tell you why. No, you're wrong.
Yeah.
Just take your L and keep moving.
Just
oh
wrong.
no.
Yeah.
Any bad flexes, pickup lines, games you've seen run? No Barney Stinsons come through the bar?
Not really. I don't know. Or maybe too many that none stick out,
The carousel is just going through there. Yeah. All right, I think you think we have enough for a vote? How
I
you
think
feeling?
so.
Okay.
I think so.
You want to go ahead and start it off?
Yeah, so wonderful vibes. Obviously, you guys go into bars knowing what you're doing. I do love the fact that when you said that you want your bartender to make you something special, you don't do it as the first drink. You feel out the bartender. You vet the situation because, like you said, not everyone's up to it. And they may be 3 out of the 4 or 5 shifts they work. That doesn't guarantee that they're going to be that one. So that has a lot to do with it, all your experience and all your accolades. And just being, just a strong figure in the situation here, how could it not be a bar friend 2 times around?
Aw, look at us, friends, making friends.
And he's got a really good portrait tattoo that I've been looking at the entire time.
Thanks, man. That's a songwriter named John Prine, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, actually my daughter's first concert. That's
Oh, that's
cool she
awesome.
Oh, very
is.
cool.
Yeah.
There's a train on the other side and it looks really good too.
Yeah, so it's a match set.
Oh, wow. Very
Oh,
cool.
nice.
Okay, yeah.
There was a second there. I thought that was the dad from Pawn Stars.
So no joke.
Gold and silver, baby.
No joke. They look really similar.
Some old man. Old man. Oh, that's
I'm like, I'm going to ask him later.
Yeah, that's cool.
I don't want it to be like his grandfather who mentored him to do all these things.
Yo, who's that? Is that Pawn Star idiot? It's my great grandpappy, and you're about to die.
Yeah.
Okay, very cool. Nick's obviously a bar enemy. We've established that. We've established that already. No, it's tough. We've addressed this on almost every other episode. It's going to be hard to find a friend here, or an enemy here at Tales of the Cocktail. We got the best of the best flying in from all over the place. So we already kind of come in with that predisposition. We tried to find some bad things on you. We definitely did, and it's hard. It's hard because you have such a cool brand. The thing I don't like about you the most is that your podcast is probably way better. It sounds so awesome. I fucking love your concept, and I'm very jealous.
It's an awesome
I want to come check it out, but I'd love that. And I also love that we need to keep AI in check, okay? Like, you think you got what the fuck you're doing. Listen to me. You think you got it. 4-time champion here. Represent. Bring your shit. You can't do a good Biggie Small cocktail the way she can, okay? You're not hitting the game. I love that you're keeping the AI in check. I love what you guys are doing. And I mean, your accolades are crazy. Everything you just mentioned is absolutely wild. Obviously, bar friend for me as well. Before we wrap up here, though, can you one more time give the plugs for both of you guys as a team and individually, so the regulars at home can give you guys a shout and a follow?
Absolutely. You can find Drinking with Robots at drinkingwithrobots.com, Drinking with Robots on Instagram. For me, I am Rob.Nester on Instagram.
I am Inga Stora on Instagram.
Inga Stora.
Inga Stora.
I like that.
Dope. Very cool. Well, you guys get the bar. Oh, here you go. Shirts. Merch.
Sweet.
Oh, merch. We love merch.
One for the gentleman there.
Thank you.
It is
Thank you.
reflective. So
Oh, I love it.
Take a picture with flash and boop.
I was
It's
going to
very
say,
fun.
that's brilliant.
Yes, it is. Well, we did it for our drunk regulars who walk home.
There you go.
So when cars
yes.
pass by, they're like, "Oh, Bargoyles, dude, Oh, I don't know. What was that? What was that?
So
But-
subscribe.
subscribe. We will see you guys next week. As always, cheers.
Peace.
What's up? I'm Isaac.
I got hit in the face by a stripper.
And I'm Nick. I'm like a fat girl in 7th grade at 7 a.m.
Welcome to the Bargoyles,
where we break down restaurants, bars,
and the chaos of stand-up comedy.
from bad Yelp reviews
To heckler horror stories
we've got the inside scoop.
and the laughs.
I was gonna say I love you guys. You guys are amazing. Shout out.
Who needs therapy when you got the Bargoyles?